Hey, David, and hey, students. Thank you so much for reaching out to me. I'm in Florida at the National Religious Broadcasters event in my jammies in my hotel room. But I love this question. What's the most valuable life lesson you've had to learn hard way, not taught in school? And if you haven't read my book, I encourage you to read my book because the most valuable lessons I learned were actually failures. And I know that sounds very cliche, but I had my salon in 2009 and ran a business, had a bunch of stylists that worked there. I thought I was doing everything right. Turns out I wasn't treating my people right. I wasn't running my business correctly. I wasn't communicating. And eventually, all my stylists left. They actually did a walkout. And it was the most humiliating time of my life to have all of the people that I thought respected me just completely bail on me and leave me hanging. And I had to rewrite my entire story. I had to figure out what was my next step, where was I going, what did I do wrong. It was very, very shameful and, like I said, humiliating. But guess what? I problem solved. I figured out what I was doing. I rebuilt. I did it better the next time. I was more communicative with my people. The lessons that I learned in those extreme failures is something that you could never learn in school. You could never learn out of a textbook. You could never predict. No one could ever tell you, oh, prepare for this. Life itself is full of surprises. And honestly, you learn more when something terrible happens to you and you figure out how to problem solve your way out of that. That's just a lesson that is so valuable. And so when you fail, and you will, take that time to thank God for the failure because you're going to learn something and you're going to build yourself back stronger. You're going to learn lessons that you would never have learned elsewhere. And those are the things that make you stronger in whatever area it is that you're doing. School, building a business, raising a family. Just praise God in those moments where He is challenging you and allows something bad to happen to you because He does allow it all. And you know that it's for a reason. What do I wish was taught to our next generation of kids? I wish that personal responsibility was being taught. We all make bad decisions, whether those are modest or severe. And those decisions have consequences. And I speak from experience. I did drugs at a young age, made some bad decisions in my 20s. But when I suffered the consequences of those actions, I didn't blame other people. I didn't blame the system. I didn't blame the indoctrination or miseducation or miscommunication or misinformation. I knew that I am responsible for my own actions. And what am I going to do with the consequences of those actions? That also is up to me. Right now, you see that we have a culture of kids and young adults who want to be able to do whatever they want to do and not have to suffer any consequences, and then be mad when people like us say, no, you need to start being responsible before you make these decisions so that you don't suffer the consequences, and you can't turn around and blame us for wanting to have these rules. Mostly what I'm thinking about is the pro-life movement. What I wish was being taught more was personal responsibility. Look, educate yourself on something before you make a decision. And when you're fully educated, you'll probably make a wiser decision. But when you don't make a wise decision and you suffer, accept responsibility, apologize, humble yourself, and move on. I hope this helps. Continue to teach those kids conservative values, biblical values, and praise God in your storms. And remember that He is on the throne.